Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim and to the elect that are scattered across the four corners of this earth, pushing the truth out in faith and in sincerity. I'm the bro Shema Olive from the GMS Houston camp. And in this lesson, I'm going to be going into Romans. All right, a little bit of the first chapter, starting around the 18th verse. A quick lesson. I was just doing a little reading, and I'm just gonna start here at 18. Romans 1 and 18. It says, "For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness." And it's a lot of individuals that do this. They get this truth and they corrupt it. Right? They try to tweak it, for the benefit of themselves, whether it's for monetary gain or, publicity, or for them to be seen as something that they are not. All of these things, you see, people, take advantage, of Israel because, Israel, is could easily, right, be, you know, deceived, basically, except for the elect. It says that if it were possible, they shall be able to deceive the very elect, but it's not possible. All right, but it says, "For the wrath of the Most High revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men." Right, the wrath of the Most High. So these people end up being destroyed. You see, because the Most High don't let anything slide. All right, the only ones who will be forgiven for anything that they have done is the elect. All right, but the elect won't get the truth, right, and corrupt it. All right. Verse 19, it says, "Because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them, for the Most High has showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse," right? So, you know that the Most High exists because of the things that we see on a day-to-day basis. We know we don't have to, exactly see the Heavenly Father because we can clearly see him from creation. We can clearly see his power. Right? So there ain't no excuse to, you know, to not believe in the Heavenly Father, or to create an idol and give glory unto the idol. Right? Because we know that the Most High exists. It says, "Because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened," right? From all throughout history, right? Our people, they never showed the proper glory to the Heavenly Father, but they gave it unto unto idols. They weren't thankful, right, for the thing that the Heavenly Father has done for them, right? For the support and the protection, and all the things that the Most High did for Israel, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, "But became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened." Right. As example was us coming out of the land of Egypt, right? Going into the wilderness. When Moses came down from that mount, right, from the chariot with the laws, on the tablets of stone, you had our people, worshiping the golden calf and giving praise unto that instead of the praise unto the Heavenly Father. Who just saved them from slavery, from captivity. It said, "Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like the corruptible man, into birds, into four-footed beasts, and creeping things," right? Like I mentioned, the golden calf. Israel always make idols and give praise to these things because they can see it, right? They want something that they can see and touch to give praise to. Mainly because, these different nations be doing that. And they be seeing these different nations do that, and they wanted to, cling on to how they operate. Just like they wanted a king because they seen the other nations had a king. They wanted somebody in the physical that they can see. But the Lord said, "Man, I'm your king." All right. But since you want that, I'm gonna give you one. And that's when you had Saul. All right. It says, and also Deuteronomy, the fourth chapter, speaks about, Moses. The Lord speaking through Moses basically said, "Hey, look, you ain't see the Most High. You see, you only heard a voice, so you can don't make no idols, don't make no anything, right? But that you know let me get it real quick so I can read it properly. Deuteronomy 4:12. And Yahweh spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. You heard the voice of words, but saw no similitude, right? You didn't see no figure, only you heard a voice. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments, and he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone. And Yahweh commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that you might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude, you saw no figure on the day that Yahweh spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest, right, or before ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, and the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. Right, just giving you the rundown of what not to create. Don't create anything that you might see on the planet of earth and worship it as the Most High. It says, unless thou lift thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them. Right? Because this is what the nations do. They worship the sun, the moon, and the stars. They make gods out of these things. Right? And serve them, which have that power divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. All right, so that's it on that. It says, wherefore the Most High gave them up to uncleanness with the lust of their own hearts, to the son of their own bodies between themselves. So the people that's doing this, that's not giving the Most High the glory, that's worshiping idols, that's right, that's doing the things that they were commanded not to do. The Most High will give them up, right, to the son of themselves. It says, the one from the Most High gave them up to uncleanness, to the lust of their own hearts, to the son of their own bodies between themselves. Isn't going to go into it. Who change the truth of the Most High to a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. So when you go into this word creature, it basically just means creation. You worship the creation more than the creator of that creation. I believe it goes into that in Wisdom of Solomon, right? On how people will worship the sun, right? How glorious the sun is. But what about the creator? Like the one who created the sun, right? You worshiping all these beautiful things on the earth, but you can clearly see that they were a creator of these things. They were an artist, right? Which was the Most High that organized and formed these things. You see, which is a creation also goes into a woman, or because men be worshiping women, and they be holding them to on a high pedestal, which a woman can be an idol as well. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. You see, for even their women, they change the natural use into that which is against nature, right? Vile affections, right? Dishonorable lust. Right? It says, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Because what is a woman supposed to do? Woman's supposed to be with a man, right? one man at that, and bear children, right? And do, the womanly duties, right? That a woman is supposed to do, right? But what did they do? They changed that, and they started lusting after other women, right? Which is against nature because you can't produce any type of life from this situation, right? You see, there's no positive out of that, right? When the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply, this is not what he had in mind. And you see, it is against the law, right? For a man or a woman to do this. It's against nature. It says, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burnt in their lust one toward another. Men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of error, which was meet. So even the man burning against it, burning in lust towards another man and desiring them, how a man should desire a woman. That's off, unseemly, right? And whatever judgment you get, you deserve it. Right? It's like in the law, it said, hey, let your blood be upon your own head. You see, it says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. And reprobate goes into void of light or judgment, which the light is this truth.
Strong's G96, adakimas. Adakimas.
Right? It says, not standing the test, not approved, properly use of metals and coins, that which is not proved, such as unfit for unproved, spurious, reprobate. It goes into a castaway, rejected, reprobate, right? Let's see. Because a person like that is rejected of the Heavenly Father. And if you are rejected, the Lord will give you over unto that wicked lifestyle. All right. Because you're rejected, the Lord is not going to give you the light. He's not going to give you the truth. You see? So you're not going to be filled, with the truth, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, right? Having that godly conscience and discernment on, what not to do, right? And what is displeasing unto the Heavenly Father, right? You're not going to have that in you, right? It says, gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So if you're not filled with the light, if you're not filled with the truth, you're going to be filled with wickedness. It says being filled with all unrighteousness, right? All unrighteousness, fornication, which is adultery, wickedness, covetousness, right? Just lusting after money, lusting after material things, and you doing whatever is necessary to get these things, right? Maliciousness, right? Just have ill intent, full of envy, right? Jealousy, see, murder, right? Just killing without cause, right? That can covetousness can lead to murder, right? Because you see someone with something you want, right? And you want it so bad that you're willing to take a life for it. All right. And it says, bait, deceit, malignity, where basically you just a person that just, you just want to cause harm, right? It's just all that you are about. You see whisperers, backbiters, right? Going to slandering, haters of the Most High, right? And you are a hater of the Most High through your actions, right? These people lifestyle on the planet Earth show that they hate the Most High, right? Because when you go against how the Most High created things, right, and you want to create your own thing, your own way of living, do what you want to do, right? This is what America pushes. You are a hater of the Most High, even if you don't say you are a hater of the Most High. It's shown through actions, right? The spiteful, right? Proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, right? Jake always creating wickedness, disobedient to parents without understanding, covenant breakers, right? Covenant breakers. You can't even trust this individual without natural affection. And niggas just gone. Right? He can't show love. They don't know how. Hey, it's not filled with Yahweh ultimately. All right, so hey, you're gonna be filled with all of these things. Implacable. Right? This is somebody you just cannot even talk to. You can't even change their mind. They are stuck in their ways. Right? Conscious seared with a hot iron. Right? You can't even come to any type of agreement. You can't deal with them. Unmerciful. Right? And the scriptures is big when it comes to mercy, because the Lord showed mercy unto us. It says, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Right? So all of these things, right, are worthy of death. Right? Worthy. You see, because hey, you're showing that you are a hater of the Most High. Anyone who hates the Most High, hey, the Lord got something for you. Right? All right, you hating the Heavenly Father, the Most High, right? Hey, that's an evil thing. You see, especially being an Israelite, right? Because the Lord will judge the nations regardless. But of us being His people, we supposed to be Zion, the monument of the Most High. We supposed to represent Him on the planet Earth. And you doing this, it's like, bro, you profaning His name. So you worthy of death. Just not only do the same, but have pleasure in Him that do them. So people that say, oh, no, I ain't with that, right? Like the alphabet community. Oh, I ain't with that, right? But man, if they want to do that, that's none of my business. They can do what they want to do, but I ain't like that, right? You got people that support them, right? But they don't necessarily live their lives like that. Nah, you worthy of death too, because you're supposed to hate the evil and love the good. You're supposed to stand up against wickedness. You're supposed to stand up against sin. All right. But like I said, the most I gave them over to reprobate mind, right? Because they wasn't filled with the knowledge of Him anymore. So hey, you're gonna be filled with the knowledge of wickedness. It made me think about Matthew 12 and 43. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places seeking rest and findeth none. And this is all of us when we come into this truth. That unclean spirit, right, which is a demonic spirit, a demon, right, that possessed us before we even received this knowledge. It has to go once we have Yahweh Shah within us. Right? It has to leave you. Right? It says, I'm walking through dry places, seeking rest and find it none. So it just now it has to find another body, right, to reside in or abide in. Then he said, I'll return to my house from which I came, because the house can represent the body, because the body is the house of the spirit. It says, and when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished, meaning, hey, Yahweh ain't in there no more. The truth ain't in there no more. Right? Inside of this individual. All right. So this is a reprobate. All right. So now you just gonna get taken advantage of, right? By demonic forces. It says, then goeth he and take it with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter and dwell in there. And the last day of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. All right, so you're gonna be worse off, all right, than when you receive this thing and then you lose it. All right? Hey, now you open to all manner of wickedness. You reprobate. You don't got that discernment. You don't have that righteous judgment, right? You don't have moral, right? Moral uprightness. Anything goes for you, all right? And hey, that's a terrible position to be in. That the last day of that man is worse than the first. You see, because you're gonna be destroyed. Especially you're gonna be beaten with more stripes if you knew this thing and you lost it. You see, but yeah, man, that's really what the lesson that's going into. those couple scriptures in Romans. You see, that's it. Hope this is edifying. That I'm gonna say shalom.